It's a trio. Ladies and gentlemen, Rachel Miner.
I love you so very, very, very much. And all of you watching at home, I don't know where the camera is, but I know they're live streaming now, so, you know, I love you guys so dearly. I'm so grateful.
Woo, we love you!
It would jump out of my chest and come hug you right now. Every one of you, it would. So.
We love you!
Yay! I'm so excited to be here. I'll start asking questions. Hi, hello. How are you? I'm good. Good to see you again. And by the way, I don't know they've changed the lighting, so I can actually see all of your faces. It's wonderful. I love that.
So I just wanted to kind of ask in general what kind of preparation you did for Meg. How much of this show had you watched before, if any? What kind of things did you do to get prepared for that role?
Well, it's an interesting thing, but I find just sometimes in life, when things work, they just work and they make sense to you. And that was one of those scripts that I got that script and Meg as a character, she just made sense. It's like, oh yeah, she's a demon, she's in a human meat suit. Like it just worked for me. I actually hadn't seen the show when I got the part. Later, I did go back and I watched the show and I fell in love with it. And I fell in love with Nikki's portrayal of Meg. But luckily when I first got the show, I hadn't seen it because I might have been nervous of like, oh, I won't live up to it. And then I would have seen like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be working with these amazing looking guys. And so awesome. I might have been really nervous. But instead, I just got to meet everyone and see their hearts and see how lovely they are. And it just became a family. It all worked.
First of all, I just wanted to say I'm really glad that you're here because I know that you weren't necessarily real excited to come back to the conventions, but we saw your photo op a little bit ago and we loved getting the photo with you. And I just wanted to ask if you had not retired Meg when you decided to stop playing her, who would you have picked for her to keep carrying on the part?
Oh, well, first of all, I want to clarify something. I love coming to the conventions. I was never not excited to come. I thought no one would be excited to have me when I first got sick. Seriously, you're so amazing. You know why I'm here because it's a weird thing when you have an illness, disability, or whatever. Like, I didn't know where I fit, and I didn't know what I would. And I thought, oh, I'll just be a downer. And, you know, it will be, and also I love how strong Meg is as a woman, and I loved getting to, you know, kick butt and be that kind of that strength and show that, especially for so many young girls who watch the show. So I was really worried that it would undermine it somehow, that if I physically wasn't strong, that, you know, it would show some weakness and it would, you know, undermine that female character. And so I was just very honest with all of you guys, and I said, do you want me to keep coming? Like, I thought, I was like, you have no idea how special you are to me, and how much this supernatural family means to me. And the fact that so many people see beyond just the exterior and whatever's going on, and that the love is so strong, and that we're all in it together, and keep fighting together. It's amazing. So, thank you. I want to speak this out back to you, right? You're amazing. Sorry, that was the first part.
That was the first part.
What was the second again?
If you had anyone in mind, you
Oh,
would have
right.
replaced Meg.
Gosh, I have no idea. I'm sure there would be so many brilliant people. I'd love to see maybe Jensen could play Meg now. Yeah, because Jared's gotten his turn. No, I mean, it's such a funny thing. I fell in love with the show so much, and I think so many of the characters are so brilliant that it's not a world that I create. Like, I don't think it up in my head. I just always it's like opening a Christmas present, and you see what the writers come up with next, and what's going to happen, with each of my favorite characters, and what each actor's going to do. And I love that. So yeah, I'm much more of an observer. I don't have too much skin in the game on that one. What about you? Is there anyone you miss?
Not really. I really loved you, and I was really glad that you decided to take the character with you.
Thank you.
So I think that was fitting.
It was an amazing ending too. I couldn't have asked for a better ending. And I like to dream that Meg and Cass are now off somewhere.
Hello. All right. So this question is concerning Cass.
Yes.
So, did you expect
Which
that?
means it's going to be a good question.
Exactly. You can't go wrong with Cass. So did you expect that relationship to come about? And was it like a shock to you, or what was your first thought whenever you saw that that was going to happen?
Well, it was a really cool thing. No, I did not expect it, and I don't think anyone did. One of the things I love about the Mixed-Seal pairing was that it was kind of, I think, from the fandom that it was born, because we had like that one kind of fun moment around the fire, that first moment where Cass and Meg met, and people responded, and I think there started to be some response of like those two characters had chemistry, and something oddly, as much as they probably shouldn't be together, something kind of worked, and so I loved it. But it felt very natural as a progression, and somehow those characters did really fit together in a very odd, funny way. So yeah, I think that was where it was born of, and there was always enough time in between that we could kind of play a little and see, and it was like everyone was behind it. So it was nice because I feel like as a group we kind of created that love story. Does that make sense, everyone?
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to tell you how happy we are that you're here. And recently, in personal life events, randomly, I've met a couple of people from Sons of Anarchy that had nothing but kind things to say about you.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah,
I
just
haven't seen those guys in so long. So.
in my personal life that I can't get into through my job, that they all mentioned you and how awesome you are.
That means so much, and it's a total surprise, and it's so nice because they're such good guys. They're such good people. Thank you so much for passing that along.
That's all I can say because I'd be violating HIPAA, but they love you. And I just wanted to let you know how much they all adored you, and that it's really important to us that you're back. And how has it been for you being back after this chunk of time?
You're gonna make me cry. It's beautiful. It's a good kind of cry. I like a good cry. It's wonderful being here. It's wonderful having I think in life we all need purpose, and we all need something to inspire us and something to keep us going. And certainly when you're going through things, you need that even more. Because I'll tell you, even getting my shoes on sometimes, I'm half ready to give up, and I'm like, no, I'm still in this. And I think just the amount of love that's here is an incredible thing, and having anything where you feel like you can fit and where you feel like we can have value for each other is everything to me. So yeah, I don't know. I couldn't say enough about how much it means to me to be here. So.
Well, we hope creation keeps booking you for all the cons.
Hi. Hello. It was nice meeting you. It was so nice meeting you. I'd like to know what you do on bad pain days to help cheer yourself up, because I'm chronically ill also, so.
Sometimes I meditate. Sometimes I go, one of my healing places is by the water. For some reason, that always makes me feel better. I read a lot, but sometimes even reading, I wonder if you've run into, even reading can be hard because you're kind of stuck between falling into the beautiful world of the book and then being in so much pain it's hard to focus.
Yeah, I understand.
So but it's anything where you can put your focus outside of your pain. And anything that extroverts, like puts your attention on things around you as opposed to on yourself too much. Yeah, does any of that help at all?
It does.
And does it make sense?
Yeah.
But also being around people, oddly, even though it's hard sometimes, being around people takes you out of your pain so much. And I find even getting, immersed in it's sometimes stressful and sometimes not pain-free, but like getting into politics or getting into a cause that means a lot to you, that means so much more than the pain. Will totally carry you out of it and beyond. So, charity work, human rights work, anything you can do that like reminds you it's not just you sitting in this isolation in this field of painness, and that instead you're so much bigger and stronger, and life is about so much more than that, and you start to forget it even when it's blinding. Does that?
Yeah.
Do you find the same thing?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sweet.
Hi. I like meeting you. After your photo op, you're really sweet. And this is the first time I'm asking a question, so it's really nerve-wracking.
Don't be just like take a deep breath. Here's the thing: is like if you notice what I do, so it's not an overwhelming feeling. Is actually just focus on the person you're talking to, and it takes away that nervousness. So I promise I'm not gonna bite you. There's nothing to be afraid of here. And you can like take that moment and take that breath, and not jump ahead, and then just ask whatever you
So
want.
I know Jared and Jensen like to goof around on set, so I know who's harder to work with.
Okay, I'm kind of almost offended, but they didn't give me that hard a time. I wonder, I'm kind of like, did you really like me? Because you were nice to me. I do remember, I think it was Jared one time made farting noises through the scene I was doing, like on my close. But honestly, like I was so trained from a young age to stay focused and whatever. I didn't notice till kind of in retrospect. I was like, that was odd. So they probably figured out quickly that I was no fun. Yeah, I know. But yeah, they're really good guys. And there were little funny things they often did. They do a lot of things together because they're awesome and very tight friends like that. But they would like ride their little bikes around. Never took themselves too seriously. Yeah, brilliant.
Thank you.
Hi. My question is, where would you see Castiel and Meg's relationship go?
I think I would love them to, live happily ever after, because I am a girl. There's that part of me, or whatever you want to call it, the sap. I've said before at a convention before, it occurred to me that it would be really fun to see them like try to live a normal, happy life together. Like just be like normal human, do the couple things. Because they'd be so terrible at it. So I'd love to see that, like just cooking each other breakfast in the morning and trying, or gosh forbid, like trying to raise kids together. It'd just be like really, really bad. And it would be all kinds of fun. What about you?
Oh my gosh. That is a crazy question for me. I feel like the tables have gotten turned so quickly. But
I like to do that.
yeah. I don't know. I think in some aspects that would have been really nice to see, but I also feel like them just staying friends and having that emotional support also kind of gave them the chemistry that they had.
I mean, I think where they work best together is that I think on a deep and intellectual level, which is what I loved about the coupling, they did get each other. And I think they both had that ability to look beyond, it kind of ties into what we were talking about the pain and everything earlier, was like to look beyond the smaller moment and have a bigger purpose in mind. And I think that, like, in truth, they were really at their best when they were like fighting on bigger cause together. And I think that was beautiful because it wasn't about the small, things we get caught up with as humans. So.
Hi. Hello. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good. Alright, so my question was, in the show, like, Cass is Meg's unicorn, and he helps her and he encourages her to go on and taught her that she could be more than what she was. And I was wondering if there was anyone in your life that, like, is your unicorn and encouraged you and helped you through things.
You guys are my unicorn. Seriously, not just I mean it, the supernatural family, everyone has just constantly encouraged me and it's that thing, sometimes seeing the best in me and that makes me feel like I can be better. So hopefully we can all keep doing that for each other and keep each other's unicorns. So.
Thank you.
I was just wondering about your character Meg, if there was anything you would change when you played her or when someone else did, like her origin, backstory, whether you wanted her to be around in more episodes or not, anything you would have done differently?
No, I actually loved what the writers did. I mean, I know I don't want to sound like I kissed, but I honestly am when it comes to the way they wrote that character. I got to say the best lines. Can we all agree? Like, and it was just constant awesomeness. And I loved the ending. If I had to go, that was exactly how I wanted to go. I couldn't have imagined a better thing. Robbie Thompson wrote the heck out of that episode. The scene I got to do with Jared at the end, and the Sam and Meg thing, that was brilliant. Getting to go out on the unicorn line. I mean, it was all pretty brilliant. The only thing I would complain about and have the writers do is that Cass should have been told that Meg sacrificed herself for him. I think.
He should.
Yeah. There should have been that moment. Maybe if I had everything I ever wanted, that's what I would say. But then again, it kind of left things hanging enough that we can then, dream up this scenario where they never actually parted.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? So of all the wonderful women in the show, besides yourself and your character, who is the woman, the female character that you love the most and which actor?
That's a really good question. And I am I honestly don't know. There have been more and more really cool female characters recently. I love what Ruth did. I love that character, and it was a lot of fun, and she always had fun with it, and it was a strong, sassy, awesome female. What about you? Do you have a favorite?
I have two. Kim and Brianna as Joe and Donna.
Well, and what's interesting, they're so great as their characters, but it's also like there's this nice crossover between the personalities of who they are, just as people, and their characters. So I'll agree with you 100% there. And they inspire me, and I love that we've got strong women around.
Supernatural first introduced Meg, she was played by someone different.
Yes.
So
Nikki, who did an awesome job.
Woo!